is all about. This little e-bike. And it's the first e-bike we've had that will fit upright in our garage. I've had to take the seat out, but apart from that, and this is a DYU T1. It's an interesting looking thing, quite light, easy to use, but fits easily in the back of our camper van. So it's ideal for taking away with us on our trips. You put it back in the camper van, get it out, have a cycle around, pop to the shops. Let's have a look at it. It assembles nice and easy. It's like many of the others. There's one thing you've got to be careful of. If you see this here, just come a bit closer, Joe. If you see this here, this connector, it can get caught like that. So you just have to push it in as you're putting it across, like so. Put the clamp across, bars up, clamp on, unclip pedals. You don't need the key in it to use it, and then you just press and hold this button. There's no screen, it tells you how much power's in, and after you've held it a couple of seconds, then it's on, and that's it. There's one speed. You've obviously got your gears this side, and it's the standard Shimano gears, and then to switch it off you press and hold it again. So that's showing there's 2 bars of power left. It obviously goes up to 3, but we've been using it a bit, but there's only one setting. It's cable disc brakes, and they're aluminium wheels, and it's not too heavy. It's a bit back heavy, but it's easy carryable, and of course the battery comes out easy, so if you was transporting it you could take your battery out, put that in a rucksack, it'd be a lot easier. But it is the first one, as I say, that we can fit in our garage with a fixed bed upright, so it don't take too much room. Plastic mud guards, got a kickstand on it. It's quite funky, isn't it? It's got a light on the front, and the way you switch that on is you quickly press the button and the light comes on, and that's a light you get on many of these e-bikes, and it is bright enough to be seen by, but also to ride by. Like gravel tyres, not chunky, 20-inch wheels, but they look decent tyres, and nice plastic mudguards, easy to clean. Suspension in it, in the actual shock absorbing seat. Don't look bad though, does it? Ideal for in your camper van, and if you want to put it in back of that and cycle into the village. Those Shimano gears, and I say it every time, never had a problem with them, straight out of the box, always work. And it's got a derailleur guide on there as well, so you don't damage your derailleur. Cable disc brakes, perfectly adequate for a bike like this. Can have a throttle fitted, but we haven't done that because it's a UK bike. 250 watt motor. Pedal assist, so once you start pedaling the motor clicks in. Very quiet motor on it.
It's really quiet.
You're not going to climb any mountains on it. Good for commuting, good for popping to the shop.
So it's just one speed?
No, there's gears on the right hand side, but there's only one speed on the motor.
Right.
There's 7 speeds on the gears. Brakes are good, aren't they?
Yeah, brakes are good.
And the little bell.
For a small wheeler.
It looks all right. It actually matches your outfit. I'd like to say you've planned your outfit today around the colour of the bike.
Oh, I'm off.
What do you reckon then?
Yeah, I like it. Easy to ride not too fast. Right size, just gets a little bit of getting used to with the small wheels, obviously, when you're not used to them. But as a little run around, really like it.
Is it a keeper?
Yeah, I think we'll keep it.
Is this the one we're going to keep for the back of the van?
It matches the van.
Matches your outfit.
Yeah, it's a bit nifty, I like it. Yeah, I think we should keep it.
Well, you can just leave that in back of there now, can't you?
Yeah.
And whenever we need it, it's there. And if we need to take the big bikes, they can go on the bike racks on the back.
Yeah.
But that's actually small enough. It will fit in the van, inside the van as well. Fits in the footwell of the passenger seat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good little run around for if we're on campsite and we just fancy doing a bit of biking or go to the shop or one of us go to the pub.
Oh.
Well, one has to stay with the Whippets, of course.
Of course. Don't the Whippets go to the pub now?
Well, they do go to the pub, but not if you're going on a bike.
I don't think we'll put the bike trailer on the back of it though, would we?
No.
And you're not going to climb any mountains on it?
No. I've done some hills and it was fine. Not very powerful, but...
There's enough power there though, isn't
There
it?
is, yeah.
It's a lot easier than a normal bike.
Yeah. You still have to cycle, which is good, which is what I like.
And it's pedal assist, so it's got a sensor in the crank, so it doesn't give you any power until you start pedaling.
Yeah.
Which is nice, and it comes with its 7 gears.
Yeah, and it's nice riding angle for me. Not too...
It's ideal for what it is. You could easily put that on a bus or a train, couldn't you?
Oh, easy, yeah. Yeah,
Not that we do that kind of thing nowadays.
really dinky.
Easily fit in back of a car.
Like the little mud guards.
With the plastic as well, which is quite good.
Look like a kiddie's mud guard.
And the cast aluminium wheels as well. I thought there was plastic to start with. But yeah,
Yeah,
good.
it does.
At least it's got folding pedals. And that suspension in the seat stem helps.
Yeah, the seat's quite comfy actually.
Yeah.
I could probably do to have it a bit higher actually than
Yeah.
I had it. But it's nice to be able to put your feet on the floor.
Right,
Nice
I need to have
seat.
a go now. Now we've finally got you off it.
Okay.
Alright though, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're the fancy seat.
yeah. It's cool. He's off. It's ideal really for what we need the fold up one for.
Fold it up's just the same, but in the reverse order. Fold the pedals up, make sure you stands up. There's a little clip on there you push forward to unload the centre. There's a little clip on there you press in to release your handlebars. Handlebars fall down that side, and then just a little bit of a push and they go around. And because it's a suspension seat, that's as low as the seat goes. So we have to take the seat out to fit it in, but apart from that, that's it. There's a little rubber stand on the bottom to stand it up with. And we've just put a strap around that into the back of the van, and it keeps it upright. There it is. Next to the bodyboard, the fishing gear, snorkeling gear. It doesn't take up much room. The other folding bikes we've reviewed with the bigger tyres, we have to lay down, so it takes much more room. So we've still got some space in the back. So quite pleased with that. Okay, let's show you how it went together. Obviously it's not in a very big box, this one, compared to some of them. Let me show you how it's packed. All looks good in there, all wrapped up. Hundreds of tie wraps again, so we'll need some scissors, and I'll just use the tools that's provided. Ah, that's interesting. Slotted in the end is a UK plug, figure of 8 plug. So they've obviously put that in there because it's a UK sale. It's good to see it's got one of them. That box is probably the tools. Let's see what we're getting there. The box, we get a set of tools. They look good quality. Pair of pedals, folding pedals. instructions and warranty card, a thumb throttle, that comes with it, but we won't be fitting it because you're not allowed those on the UK roads. There's the power brick, and it's got a European plug on, but we did get the UK version for that. There's a charging lead. I would imagine that charging lead is probably for this light. This looks like a rear light, that's probably rechargeable. Yes, there's the instructions separately for the rear light and the USB lead, rear reflector and a key. I'll just use these tools and the good old reliable scissors to cut those thousands of tar wraps. Let's put it together. Made a mistake here, as you can see. I got the forks the wrong way around, and I've done this before on a folding bike building a folding bike. The thing to remember is that the forks have got to fold away from the hinge, and the calipers on the back for the brakes. So I need to take these out, turn them round, and I can complete it, putting it back together. But yeah, I've probably got that wrong about 3 times now on different bikes. Just the way they're packed, they're actually spun round the other way and you automatically put them together. So the thing to check is this is on the side where it will fold easy. There it is, all together. That didn't take long at all. The mudguards was a bit fiddly. My big hands didn't help, and apart from putting these on the wrong way around, which is my fault because I didn't look at the instructions, the only thing I can see with it is the battery's a bit noisy. I've had a look in the instructions, there's no additional fittings or anything, and you put a key in the bottom to lift it out, so it slides out nice and easy. And I think I'm going to use a bit of this padding that's in there, just put that at the side just to stop it rattling. Might be peculiar to this bike, but I can't see that it's not designed any pads on it anywhere. But I think a bit of this in there should solve it. The instruction book for this isn't the best. The assembly instructions are not bad, but this bike doesn't have a display. And there's no diagram to show you how that different lights work and what the button press system is. There's a wiring diagram. I'll just put a bit of that in there and that stops it rattling completely. I'll probably cut that down and just put some smaller pieces in and tape them in place so they don't move. But it's just a bit rattly, that was all.